How do I know if my family is strong? What if my mum or dad gets sick? Will I always have to share a room with my little brother? What will my mum say if I don't do well in school? I hope my dad won't wreck my head about study when I'm in secondary school.
Some of my friends are not going to the same secondary school as me. I wonder, will I still see them? Will I be able to make new friends? What if I can't make new friends? There could be people from other schools I don't like. Will people in the secondary school like me? I'm afraid of being on my own. Am I too shy to meet new people?
There'll only be girls in my new school. How will I meet boys? There'll only be boys in my new secondary school. How will I meet girls? Will I be able to get in with a cool gang in school? What if the girls in school don't like me? I might never get a girlfriend. I'm afraid that I might be bullied by the older ones in the new school. What if people think I'm gay? I don't want to leave primary. My new school has hundreds of students. I'm afraid I'll get lost in the big school. I'm looking forward to having lots of teachers. I hope they do woodwork in the new school. Will I have loads of books to bring to school? I could get lots of homework.
I don't like change. There's loads of changes when I move to the secondary school. I'm looking forward to all the new changes in secondary school. What if I can't manage to change to secondary school? Change is good. Will I change much when I go to secondary school? When will my voice change? Does it hurt? I'm not looking forward to some of the changes in my body. I like who I am now. Will I become a different person in secondary school? I don't really know what I like. Can I decide to change my hair colour? Do I have to be what my parents want? Do I have an opinion? Do I have to be part of a gang in secondary school? How will I know what groups to get into? Will I be slagged if I say I like jazz?
Looking back on all of the words that we put up at the start of the video, there's a lot that goes on during our lives, and especially during our lives as teenagers. Myself and my friends who are involved in the Jigsaw Youth Advisory Panel are well aware of all that goes on during our lives as early teenagers. That's why we're making this video. We're here to share with you all of our experiences that shows you that all of the things that go on during your lives are completely normal and completely natural. And yes, we all experience challenges, difficulties, and lots of change during those years. But it's all okay. That's why we're here years later telling you about all of our experiences. So here are some thoughts.
I think for everyone, their idea of who they are changes a lot in a very short space of time. Who you are in primary school is drastically different than who you will eventually become. Even if your interests don't change, your perspective will change, as will your way of thinking. For some, it happens quickly, but for others it doesn't. I know personally I only really started discovering myself and my opinions when I was about 14. But even now, nearly 4 years later, I'm still learning and changing.
When asked, who am I can't help but think, what does that really mean? I think everyone's answer is unique, because people interpret it differently. Who am I can mean your interests, hobbies, friends, family, where you're from, or where you're going. How everyone answers to this question, who am I, will change over time. People grow up because of their experiences, which mold and shape you. Your answer to these changes, because you question who you are, and that's perfectly normal. It is normal for your view of yourself to change. I remember in school, people were choosing their subjects based on what everyone else was choosing. I just chose what I wanted because I was like, it's gonna be fine. And I remember some people hated their subject choices in secondary school. It's important to choose something that you really like and you're passionate about, because then it won't matter who you're in a class with. There was a lot of pressure to choose subjects and get everything right. Everyone's growing up, and there is physical pressure to change and keep up your appearance too, so you keep comparing yourself to others. And the academic pressure doesn't help either. I think a lot of that pressure you can put on yourself too. You see your parents and teachers putting that pressure onto you, and you tend to expand that in your own head.
It's okay to move friend groups. When I realised that I was with more friends than the others, I found it really hard, but it's better in the long run. I wasn't sure where I was or who I was meant to be friends with. Everyone always thinks you have to stay with one friend group and you're only able to eat lunch with them, but that's not the case. You can change like who you're friends with all the time.
So when I was in first year, I had one friend group and I felt like I had to be with them all the time. But now I've like realised that I'm able to have like loads of different like friends, and I don't always have to be with just one group. I can hang out with like one person today, and then tomorrow I can be with someone else.
You guys probably know the expression, friends come and go, but family is forever, and it's really true. In 5th class, I found myself distancing myself from my family a little bit, but then come 3rd year, I was as close as ever with them, like really strong relationship. Sometimes it's really nice just being able to talk to your dad, your mum, like your brothers and sisters, and just having that support there, and them having them as a support network is just really important.
Sometimes your family can be a really good support system during times of need. Like sometimes you might distance yourself from them, but they're your family, like they love you. And sometimes when you're going through a problem that your friends can't help, an adult can offer you like a better insight on what to do.
Everybody has a purpose. Sometimes your purpose can be to be a son or a daughter, or it can be to be a singer or a reader. Sometimes it can be hard to find your purpose, but always remember that you do have one. As you get older, you'll get more responsibilities and to study and to do well in school, and that might become your purpose. But just remember that your purpose is always to be you.
I don't think anyone necessarily belongs anywhere. I think you can fit in anywhere. I think it's just a case of finding somewhere where you belong and people are nice to you. I don't think you're destined to be somewhere. I think it's just finding somewhere where you're valued as a person.
So we've shared with you our experiences as early teenagers, and what we're saying is that the changes that you'll experience are normal and natural. So we've told you what we did to help our own mental health and the people that we've gone to who have supported us and who continue to support us.
So it's important to remember that we all need help from time to time. It could be something like helping mend a puncture in a bike or helping to solve a maths problem. What's important is that when you need help, and that's completely okay. You also need to know who to go to and where to find this help. So you can start with people that are close to you, your friends or your family, and they'll be there to support you.
It could be an older brother or sister, mum or dad, a cousin, uncle or aunt. It might even be a teacher. In secondary school class groups, have a year head or guidance counsellor that we can ask to help us. You might know your sports coach very well and talk to them. The main thing is that you have someone you know you can trust, will listen to you and want to help you. If they can't help themselves, they'll know others who can, and if that means getting professional help from a counsellor, they could help us to make an appointment. So that might mean our GP or primary care centre, Jigsaw, Pieta House, Crosscare, CAMS. There's online and phone sports as well as jigsawonline.ie, Childline and the Samaritans. Your school principal or youth worker got a booklet with this video that has a page of contacts for services in this area, so you can ask them to give you a copy of the list.